Okay, listen, I think this is one of the most important videos that we could send to you. And this is something that we've discussed with you early on in the process, but so many times there's so much information that this critical thing gets missed. And this is something that if it gets missed, it could cause a real financial strain on your payments and your finances. And we want to make sure that we're going above and beyond to make sure that never happens. And what I'm talking about is when you are buying a home that had been previously homesteaded by the person, meaning that the seller that you bought the home from lived there themselves as a primary residence. And the reason why this is important, because when they have a primary residence and they've homestead filed, it's going to keep the taxes artificially low. But when they sell that house to you the following year, those taxes are going to adjust without that kind of ceiling on it. Okay? I'd like to give you an example here. So you would go to your property appraiser's website. It happens to be in Lee County now, but they'll have the same basic thing. You're going to go to property data search. I'm going to pull up a home to use as an example. Happens to be my home. Okay, so here's the first place you're going to look to see if this can apply to you. You're going to scroll down here to where it says property values exemptions, and you're going to click on it. And what's going to happen is you're going to look at these numbers, and the way to know if your taxes are going to jump up is if there's a big spread between this market assessed number and the taxable number, then you know that your taxes are going to jump up. So I should be paying taxes on $525,000 a year per year, but I'm only paying taxes on $218,000, which means that that tax bill is substantially lower than it's supposed to be. It should more than double. Okay. Now, my tax bills are about $3,000 a year, right? About $3,100 a year. Okay, but here's the other thing that's really interesting. If you go over here to tax estimator, okay, and we put in there a value of, let's say we bought it for that, okay, it shows that if you're going to homestead your home, those taxes are going to jump up to about $8,516. The reason why this is so critical is because we are required to base your mortgage payment off of last year's tax bill. And if we go over here to last year's tax bill, what you'll see when it's done loading is that the tax bill is about $3,300. And as we just saw, that number is going to jump to over $8,000. So what happens in this situation is you're going to basically get a bill in the mail. Now, the timing of this is important. So the tax bill for a calendar year is based on ownership on January 1st. So let's say you bought my home halfway through a year. Well, being that I owned it on January 1st, let's say 2026 to make up a year, then the 2026 tax bill is going to reflect my homestead exemption and my Safer Homes Act. But come 2027, that is when that's going to come off. And what's going to happen is because taxes are paid in arrears in Florida, when that comes off, you're going to get your tax bill for 2027 in this example in November of 27. And in this case, taxes went up about $5,000 a year. So you're going to get a bill in the mail or something in the mail with two options. Option number one, you pay $5,000 to cover the shortage and we raise your payments about $400 a month. Or for 1 year, we raise your payments $800. Basically, we're financing that $5,000. And by the way, this isn't an us thing. This is the county, it's just the way it works. So you have a payment of it going up $800 a year for the first year, and then going up, dropping down to only increasing by $400. So as you can see, it's critically important that you start planning for that bill when that's going to happen. And that's why I wanted to put together this important video. Please reach out to Liz with any questions you have on that. But this is an absolutely critical piece of buying a new primary residence in the state of Florida, especially if you're buying it from somebody who has lived in it as their primary for a longer period of time. Thanks.